The biggest revelation in this episode came at the very end when Jacob found the will for whoever the lady is that the house estate belonged to before. But if you remember in the last season, which was all about uncovering Basie and his real name and him trying to get revenge for the bishop burning down the church that killed his father. Was it really his father? Basie thinks it's his father. That killed his father during that fire. What that has to do with this house, I'm not really sure about. I don't get it. And what role did Mac play in, I guess, convincing this woman to sign over the estate to the bishop and I think we're missing information, but it's only episode 2. Hey, welcome to Spirit Soul Sense, information for your soul. I'm Shareece, and this episode of Greenleaf, a lot of things happened. You know, it opened up with Grace going to the hospital, AJ not being awake or conscious, and then her going back and him not wanting to see her or his biological father, Noah. I thought it was hilarious when Noah was doing all the behaviors of a man interested and talking about wanting his family back. What do you mean you want your family? Like, come on, this isn't that. And if you're about to get a divorce, you're still a married man, why do you think, well, Grace and him did do the do one time, but I feel like she's over and done with that. If anything, she's maybe more so into Darius. But I thought that whole exchange was interesting. We never saw AJ on screen. I don't have a lot of experience with acutely suicidal, post-attempted suicide folks to tell you, you know, what's the what. But like the doctor said, it's very typical for people to be in guilt and in shame and really not want to confront the people around them when they survive a suicide attempt. So I think maybe in the next episode, we'll get to see AJ maybe talking to his sister, or what. I would love to get to the bottom of what caused him to feel so like deep in despair, you know, really feels like he had a connection with that guy. Can't wait to find out what that was. You know, they were back and forth with Jacob and Carissa and Zora. Zora is so cute, and her, of course, as a child, you can feel the conflict happening between your parents in your home. The energy is off, so she knew something was up, and she could tell, like, this isn't like positive, we're trying to repair something, y'all are going to therapy. This is more like destructive, something is falling apart, divorce. So Jacob signed. So the way I was thinking about Jacob signing the divorce papers, I don't like to fight. I've never been in a physical fight in my life. I'm just not that person. At this point in my life, I don't invite chaos into my life. So Jacob saying that whatever she wants, whatever Carissa wants is what she can get, I get. Like, I get. But her wanting primary custody when he's very involved in his children's life, and this whole blackmailing thing, that just made me feel really uncomfortable. I just didn't know Carissa had it in her. And then when she was blaming Jacob for things ending, I kind of feel like she was saying you couldn't forgive me for one mistake. I don't think that was it. Did I miss something? Because I feel like, yes, you cheated and, you know, gave your husband an STD, but I didn't feel like that's why everything ended. It was then it wasn't even about the cheating. It was you trying to make a power move, right? That's what Carissa was doing with, what was his name? Francisco? What was his name again? Who I enjoyed on screen. But she was using information from him to undermine the Greenleaf family. Like, you came to Jacob with threats. And didn't she ask for a divorce first because she wasn't getting what she wanted, which was the house? She was obsessed with getting this separate house. Like, now you're going to get all that and then you're going to lose Jacob. Is it worth it? Like, I asked her and Charity the same questions. Like, is it worth it? Like, Charity is just pathetic. I mean, I felt for her crying in the bathroom stall after the interaction with Judy. Sidebar, have you ever watched Avatar: The Last Airbender? If so, then you know when they are at the Earth Kingdom, bossing say, there is a mind control used, and one of the characters is named Judy. And like, they're all different women, but they're all Judy, and they're creepy. That's my point. They're creepy like Judy. She's so creepy. Charity, like a lot of women, think that her validation and importance, sense of worth, can come from a man. It can only come from God. But a lot of women believe, I used to believe, validation can come from a man, which is why she's expending energy to compare herself to Judy in front of Phil, saying that he doesn't really want you, he still loves me. He don't love you. He don't love you, because love is an action word, and what he's doing is showing that he does not love you. You trying to compare yourself to Judy like proves no point. What's the point? You're better than her because he loves you and he doesn't really want to be with her. Well, guess what? He's still going to be with her. So how does that help you? How does that make you feel good? It didn't, which is why she went to cry. So it's very, very sad. But also her saying like, Mama, what can I do? I feel like her family definitely interacts with her in a specific kind of way. Like she has a role in the family. And even if she's coming with the best intentions, like she came to Grace with the letter, I thought she was coming with the best intentions, right? I understood how Grace is then like, why do you have to make everything about you? This is not about you. The poem was lovely indeed, but it felt like in a moment like that, when Charity played an active role in even getting AJ involved, like in the system and all of that, it seemed like the thing she was supposed to do with Grace is apologize. You don't apologize for forgiveness. You ask for forgiveness. You admit you were wrong and how you're not going to do it again. But you don't say, well, that's why I'm not apologizing. What was all of that? Like, what was the point of all of that if you're here to comfort your sister? What you're doing is not comforting, and it's really not helpful to anybody. I, as usual, pray for this character and people like her who are in pain, because she's like figuring stuff out. Would like to see her child, because I just can't imagine this child being like happy when his mother is in such distress. Like, I just wish Charity would sit, pray, pause, because she should quit. That's what I would do. I mean, I would not even be in a situation like what Charity is in to begin with. But if I was, I feel like now is the time to quit. Like now is the time to go 110% behind my family, because I was basically being a traitor and a liar using my family. Like, quit, grovel, make amends. I don't think she needs somebody to tell her that's what to do. You just need to do that. That's how you apologize. Like, change behavior is the best form of an apology. That's what Charity needs to do. I listen, she's a mess. She's older, so I wish she had more lessons. What's her name? I want to say Chloe. What is that little girl's name? Sophia. Sophia, bless her heart. Bless her heart. I can relate to the back and forth of a man who doesn't really want you, but maybe breadcrumbs you along so you think you want him. She should move on. I think Zora can attest to it's probably best you move on. Like, Dante is bad news. Not only was he all the way involved in, doing a whole bunch of stuff that was getting him in trouble, but now he's showing more of his character in not giving you all the information about his ex. And it looks like they're getting back together, and his ex now has access to her phone, and his ex or girlfriend, I guess she's his girlfriend again now, leaked a picture of her, a picture of like Sophia's boobs. Those little sexting is a thing. young people, you know, it's really not in your best interest to do it because there's so much impulsivity involved on both ends. And guys who have been indoctrinated into patriarchy, you know, don't help the situation at all. So it's really unfortunate that, you know, her nudes were leaked, but it's a learning opportunity. You know, every challenge is an opportunity to grow, become a better person, become closer to God. The whole loss of virginity to him, I don't understand why the last guy she was with seemed like such a nice guy, good character. She's like in rebellious mode because I'm still wondering, like, is she Christian still? Like, how much of that does she believe? Like, after all that stuff happened with her ovaries? Who knows? I'm glad her and Zora are talking though. I think cousins are important. Friendships, you know, friendships are very important. And then the bishop and May talking about using Lady May's sister's bar as a new place for a church. I too think, you know, scrapping it all out and then like building it back up makes the most sense because energy is very important. And really, who knows all the things that have been done in there. Like in addition to starting from the beginning, they need to like really intensely pray in that area to make sure it's like, woo, neutralized energy. I do really like the idea of them starting over. I'm very, very happy that this season is not still about trying to get back harmony and hope. I don't know what it is that guy said on the phone to Grace, Pastor Cal or whoever. But like, I mean, how many things does Grace want to fight for? I'm not getting into it. The bishop and May setting a date for the wedding, but then Bishop forgetting? Was that like a forgetting thing? Are we getting hints that he is going to like get dementia or something? I think it's already like May is going to lead the church. That's what it feels like they were leading up to with her like Lady May Day and wanting to be more involved and wanting her own thing. That's the reason why she was fighting so hard for the church, because she wanted to preach and like give a message. So why the writers decided to throw dementia on top of all of this, I don't know. Maybe it will come out that there was some kind of information that Bishop knew about the will that will make us feel more sorry for him if he has like cognitive issues. Maybe. I don't know. I am very curious. He did have that shaking stuff once, right? That's true. I forgot about that until just now. Hope he's okay. Hope he sees a doctor. Hope he doesn't try to hide it from me. It's always best to like bring things out into the light. That's how I see it. So this episode of Greenleaf had a lot in it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and thank you for watching.
Can I get one quick one?
Yeah.